I don't overdo anything, Alex.
It's a secret.
Yeah, you know, if you recall, I've never drunk alcohol. Yeah. I never smoked. Yes, I have to fix. This guy is saying we must fix something. But the rules are very strict. You must rake around, you know.
Kalonzo Musyoka, former vice president, now in the opposition as the deputy leader of the Coalition for Reforms and Democracy, CORD. Since joining politics 28 years ago, Musyoka has spent most of his time in government as senior cabinet minister, save for the 3-year period he was in the cold after being sacked by former President Mwai Kibaki when he, Raila Odinga, and other ministers opposed the draft constitution in the 2005 constitutional referendum. Kibaki, however, appointed him vice president in 2008 following the disputed 2007 presidential polls.
Sawa. Hii sasa imetoka na nguvu zaidi.
Then came 2013 presidential elections, a turning point that threw him for the first time to the unfamiliar world of genuine opposition.
I look at it as a God-given opportunity for me to consolidate my political philosophy with regard to the future of this country. And therefore, I am going to be very busy. It will give me the opportunity to consolidate both CORD and Wiper.
On the New Year Eve, I found the Wiper Democratic Movement Party leader playing golf with his 21-year-old son, Klein, at the Vipingo Ridge Golf Course in Kilifi County.
I started with these difficult elections, and then after that, as at Wiper Democratic Movement, we lost our Secretary General. But I can tell you the highest moment was when we beat in Makueni. Makueni people showed their solid support for the party. We still must work very hard going forward to make sure that the culture of stealing elections is a thing that belongs to history.
There are those who will criticize you and say, I mean, they thought you had moved on, move on. You're still whining about
Let me tell you,
stolen election.
You cannot, that culture of accept and move on is actually saying yes to impunity. So I will be the last person to do that anymore. I mean, to just accept things which you know are wrong and then move on.
The Supreme Court
we disagreed. We said, of course, in terms of movement with regard to what we had committed ourselves, that's a fact. And again, as a lawyer myself, as an advocate of the Supreme Court itself, yeah, I can tell you I disagreed, but I must abide by that ruling.
Mheshimiwa, do you regret leaving G7, going to CORD? And people say maybe you would be in government now had you stuck with Uhuru and Ruto.
Let me tell you this, Alex. It doesn't make sense to be in government and then you are the shame of the country. People must learn to stand on principle. And then I'm a lot happier where I am. What this has done to me is it has allowed the Kenyans to know the real Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Remember, some of them called me all kinds of names. I don't hear those names anymore. So I'm a lot happier where I am. And I feel a lot stronger, spiritually.
Had they chosen you as their presidential flag bearer, you would have remained and
I would have been,
and rode on their support to
Yes, Alex, yes, but that will be leading, that is leading from the top. I will not be playing to other people's agenda, in particularly with regard to giving ideological orientation and leadership.
Some will see it as hypocrisy, that you would have liked their support.
No.
Then when they didn't choose you as the candidate,
that is different.
You went to CORD.
No. I didn't go to CORD, by the way. All these things were properly negotiated. People sat, Wazes even sat. Yeah, and I can tell you that even with regard to my friends in Jubilee, We also had occasion to discuss very deeply. And they knew that there are issues I could accept and there are issues I could not accept.
Some Kenyans who feel disappointed that its position has not worked hard in terms of legislation, in terms of putting pressure on government, in terms of checking the government. Do you believe you've done enough?
A lot more can be done. We accept the fact that our own forces on the floor of the House need better organization. We are going to have to reorganize slightly, yeah, how the teams play inside of Parliament.
How are you going to reorganize?
We will do that. I will not tell you how, but we will need to position players in some particular way. It cannot be said that the opposition has failed to tell the government they are wrong, where they have been evidently wrong, and clearly so. Like in this matter of rolling back on the freedoms, the basic freedoms, we have been able to do that.
Musyoka says being in the opposition affords him more time to expand his foundation to help needy children, a foundation that is run by his wife Pauline. In June, he led a delegation of Machakos County leaders to a business forum in China, while in September, he led an election observer team in northern Sri Lanka during the country's general election. The father of four is a former deputy speaker, a former KANU National Organizing Secretary, and has served as minister in couple ministries, foreign affairs, education, and environment. Musyoka says he is just teeing off in golf, but he is better than his son Klein, a journalism and communications student at the University of Nairobi.
All right.
Well, while Mheshimiwa and his son were looking for the best shots of the ball, and I'm told your eyes should be on the ball, my cameraman and I were ironically looking for the best shots in terms of pictures. But let me try and see.
All right, sir.
At 60, he believes he is still energetic enough to play politics, so to speak, as age is just a number. Alex Chamwada for Newsmakers 2013.